Your Honor, thank you. Good morning. Lawrence Felder for Markborn and Contro et al.
All right, welcome to you both. We're here for a trial setting conference following my ruling on the motion for summary judgment. So we need to set trial, but I wanted to talk with you all about whether or not I am hoping the parties have tried some form of mediation or alternative dispute resolution. How long ago was that, and how did it end?
I'm sure I'll speak to that, Your Honor. We did it, I can't remember how long ago, with private mediator Mark Lassiter. I'm sure you know. From my perspective, we were close, but just couldn't get it done. But the good news is we have re-engaged him, and we're going to go back on September 29th, I believe that's the date, for another half day to try to wrap it up.
I'm so glad to hear that, because every time I did the same kind of work with small businesses in litigation, and the truth is that for these kinds of, I always call them business divorce, but the end game at once you've had litigation between parties like this is they cannot continue to be in business together. There's got to be a way to get them separated, and that is most efficiently done through a resolution rather than a judgment, which still isn't going to accomplish that. So I'm really glad to hear that. So here is the question. Typically, I don't. You don't have to re-engage, and I will set trial if you want me to set trial now. But I can also wait and let you go to the second mediation with Mark Lassiter and then reset today's trial setting conference to maybe a week or two after that. And we can set trial at that point if the additional mediation time isn't successful. I can tell you right now, depending on when you want to go to trial, right now, I had to set a 5-month-long jury trial beginning in January of 2027 that will go through the very end of May. They're still working on settlement, but as of right now, I have some time this fall, but then I don't have any time until that case either gets shorter from partial settlements or goes away until next summer. So I guess what I'm saying is my schedule isn't really going to change for the worse if we wait until maybe early October to set trial in this case. It has the potential to get better because my 5-month-long trial parties are going to mediation of mid-October. But it's up to you. If you'd like to go ahead and set it now just to have something on the calendar, if you think that might actually help with mediation efforts, that is fine, and I will do so. So tell me what your thoughts are.
I'll start, Your Honor. First of all, I'm happy to defer to whatever you prefer, Your Honor, of course. And I appreciate you giving us the option. Obviously, plaintiffs like to have trials set. My thinking would be, Larry and I spoke briefly. We both think maybe 3 or 4 day jury trial is what we're looking at. My thought is, if we can get it on the calendar for the fall before your January trial setting, that would be my preference. But if that's not possible, then we can wait, because obviously if your schedule freed up, then that would be better than setting it for mid next summer, in my opinion. That's my thought.
So it would require you guys to, the only downside to it is that you'd have to gear up for trial pretty quickly, because I'm going to have to set deadlines for you to file your motions in limine, your joint pretrial statement. I typically set the final trial management conference for jury trials at least 45 days out. And right now, the only, I'm looking at, let's see. The only 4-day slot, well, and here's the other complicating factor, is that this is an election year. All of our election challenges, and I am the election judge coordinating election challenges this year. We've just passed and I apologize. I'm fine until I get on the record. The challenges happen, contests and recounts, all after the canvasses, which is right after Thanksgiving. So the first couple of weeks in December is going to be chaos. I have tried to keep that relatively light because of that. Because what happens is if I set you for trial and election cases come in, I have to bump you because they must take priority. So I could set you for the week after Thanksgiving on the 30th, but that would be in that time period where there's a possibility you get bumped if we get slammed with election challenges. If it may not be because the ultimate assignments are based on the algorithm, so it may be fine, but it's really not. I won't know until right before is the problem, and I hate for you to have to gear up and be ready to go and spend all that money on trial prep to get bumped. I also have November 9th through the 12th open. Oh, wait a minute. Ori, are we closed on Veterans Day? I think we are.
Well, if I may interject, Your Honor, because I have a thought on that. So even if we did it the 30th, you saw all of our pretrial submissions would be due middle of October then, right? Yeah, that's going to be really tight for me as well. I'm going to be out of the country for part of September, and I have a extremely busy deposition schedule in another huge case in October. So considering your schedule and what we were talking about, in light of that, what I propose is your original proposal, which is that we reset this for another trial setting to talk about it a week after the mediation.
Well, and so, yeah, I think that would probably be, so my 5-month-long trial people are going to their mediation on the October 15th. So what I could do, and that will be when I will know if there are partial settlements, because there are 41 plaintiffs in that case, and so and it's consolidated, so it could get shorter even if it doesn't go away entirely. And what I have done in some other cases is just double book other trials underneath that one on the tail end of it. That way, if it gets shorter, they'll still be able to go. But so if you said you were going September 28th here?
29th, right, Larry?
I think so. I have to go into
29th,
my email,
29th.
but I'll defer to you on that.
Yeah, 29th.
Because my thought was, if you don't mind, this is pushing it out, because normally what I do is set you for the trial setting conference the week of, the next week after, like the week of October 5th, sometime in there after your mediation. But I'm thinking it might make more sense to push you to maybe the 16th or the 19th, because that will be after that other case is mediated, and I'll have a better idea of whether or not I'm getting any of that 5 months back. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, I misspoke. Sorry, Larry. I booked 2 mediations the same day, the when we did this the other day, Larry. So we're actually looking at, I think you still have to confirm with your client, but we're actually looking at September 2nd, but still even setting it with the judge shortly after that, she's not going to know if her calendar is available, right? So Judge, you're saying October, what do you think then for our?
They are going on the 15th.
Yeah.
So I could set you for the 16th might be a little bit ambitious. I think it might make more sense to talk with you on the 19th of October, which is the Monday after.
I can do that either first thing in the morning or in the afternoon.
Okay. And Mr. Felder, what does your calendar look like? Would October
19th wide open.
Okay. I'm going to have to set you early because I do have a bench trial starting that Monday, but how about we do this? Let's reset the trial setting conference for Monday, October 19th at 8:30 a.m.
Great.
And if for some reason, that will give you some time too, that if you do have a resolution, The only thing I ask is please let us know by emailing my division so they can get that off the calendar. Sometimes people forget to tell us that they settled and we're getting ready for something, and we don't find out until the very, very last minute. So if you do resolve it at your mediation or shortly after your mediation, just let us know, file a notice of settlement. We'll get you on the dismissal calendar for however long you need. It's going to take to finalize your settlement documents. But otherwise, I'll look forward to seeing you on the 19th to touch base and set trial if we need to. Okay?
Perfect.
Very
Thanks,
good.
Your Honor.
All right. Thank you both. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
You as
Good
well.
day.
We're off the
Thank you.
record.